Hello, folks. Just your casual Thursday afternoon prep for episode 2, which isn't till Monday. This is a casual afternoon live stream. No Bachelor tonight. The song is about a puppy. It's called Oscar the Outlaw.
Push the like button.
Ladies and gentlemen of Bachelor Nation, the Thursday afternoon, some say just before Friday, live stream. Here we go, let's get into it. Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic host of Bachelor Nation News. How's everyone doing today? You doing all right? Okay. We're chilling out with some country music here. Excuse me. Yeah, that's right. It's casual. I have a baseball hat on. You know it's casual. Don't you love that in movies when it's like they put a baseball hat on when it's like Saturday? Oh, wow. I like to dress down a little bit and put a ball cap on. All right. You know it's going to be a good one because I've got my friend Franny's. This is not a sponsor. Guarana Antarctica, which, by the way, is a Brazilian beverage that may make your heart leap out of your chest. I don't mean that as a metaphor. All right. So much to cover here. I've got Tayshia rumors. I've got Hillary Duff. You know, my Tasha, not Tayshia, my Tasha came in here and saw my Photoshop, and she was like, did a bird crap on his shoulder? And I was like, you know what? That might have been my Photoshop. You know, I do a little bit of Photoshop editing to these photos to make them stand out, and I accidentally made what appears to look like bird crap on his shoulder. Angel says, inspired by Yellowstone. Oh, I am so inspired by Yellowstone. You better believe it. Am I inspired by Yellowstone? So if we get any new subscribers, they're going to show up right here. And if we get any super chats, they're going to show up right here. You know, I'm going to post our little graphic just to remind people. I did have to delete a couple spoilers the other day. We don't know who's a finalist. We have a couple ideas, but we don't know. What Bachelor Reality posted today is that there's actually several different women being used as potential final 3. None of them are vetted, so it's not a spoiler. I could share that with you guys, but it's really up to you. I don't consider it a spoiler. I actually consider it an anti-spoiler. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to show it, but I will show you this. So, hold on one second. All right. I'm going to show you the pre-spoiler. But first I'm going to change this music. You know, I liked this for pre-music. I don't like this. I need something more poppy. Let's search pop. I need just like a pop beat, you know. How about folk pop? Let's do an instrument. Oh, there's only 4. Hold on one second. We need better music. We could do coffee acoustic. That could be fine. All right, let's just do this for the background here. Saturday coffee. All right. So we got a lot to get through here. All right, let's just jump right into it. So here's oh, no. It actually was in the photo. I thought I accidentally did that with my photo editing. What? Did a parrot just defecate on his shoulder? Like, what is happening there? Alicia Bale says Lizzie McGuire. You better believe it. Hillary Duff was one of my first crushes after the Olsen twins. How old is Hillary Duff? That lines up, right? That lines up. So here they are. We don't know what they're going to be doing. Ladies, let me ask you in the comment section. I know you'll probably like a guy with muscles, but is it a red flag to have too many muscles? It's almost like it's not a red flag if a girl's got a nice butt, but if someone spends 3 hours a day at the gym, is that a red flag? Like when I was single, I was in far better shape than in a relationship. Relationships really bring out the osteoporosis, if you ask me. You know, right now I'm on a diet. I'll tell you guys about it because you guys know I went on like a little diet before. Not a crash diet. I'm still eating, but like, you guys know I made like 5 videos today, so clearly I'm like, you know, if I wasn't getting the right nutrition, you know, like this Brazilian cocaine, I would be in a heap of trouble here. But I think you know, we all know our good weight. My good weight is 170 pounds every day of the week, right? I weighed myself on Monday, 191. I'm down to 186, which means there's about 5 pounds of such garbage in my body. Like, you ever just eat a bunch of like salt and, you know, and just you just like bloated. I just had this, you know, Dick Cheney bloat happening. I got rid of that real quick. The bloat, as soon as you get rid of sugar, the bloat goes away real fast. It truly does. I think the next 15 pounds will be very hard to lose. And I don't want to hear from you, Dave. You don't need to lose 15 pounds. You don't know what situations are happening here, okay? So Nancy says, too many muscles into self a lot. Which it's like, you know, sometimes you just have that kind of free time. But yeah, it's like, no offense to Clayton, he's not training to be in the NFL anymore. You just get to a point, you see a lot of guys retire from the NFL and they get a lot smaller because they realize like, it's not good for your joints. It's not to mention on screen when they say the camera adds 10 pounds. If you're Clayton size on screen, he's even huger. Like it's unneeded. And again, I'm not saying that to shame him by all means. whatever people want to do with their body, by all means. Let's see what else we have here. So here's Clayton explaining to Hillary Duff why the bird crapped all over his right shoulder. What could they possibly have been doing that made his, like, are they painting Homes for Humanity? Habitat for Humanity? Did he get egged by, like, a vegan? Like, what? That'd be ironic. A vegan throws eggs at you. Feeling pretty funny today. Hillary Duff clearly has no affiliation to the show, so we're assuming she must have a show on ABC. You know, there must be like a reason why she's there. And then this is I don't know the name of this, is a comedian apparently who I don't know, but they do a relationship red flags. By the way, I'm not going to do it today, and it's not a huge spoiler. It's not a spoiler. It's not a huge tea. But I did hear from a person on this year's season who kind of reached out to me with a little bit of news. So I'm going to share that on the Patreon. It's not a spoiler, but it's kind of interesting, you know, being in my position to kind of get some of that tea. But again, I'm not going to do it today. It's not that important, but if you want to go to the Patreon to find that out. All right. Sarai says, I don't like my guys having a ton of muscles. I like my guy to be athletic and tall. Like Mark. Erica says, I'm not trying to date a guy who makes me go to the gym. Oh, that's the worst. Angel says, wait, how tall are you? There's no way it doesn't translate on screen. I'm 5'11". I've got like young dad bulk. You know, the older you get, it's easier to put on like bulk. You know, just, you know. But by all means, like the other day, I was taking out the trash, and Tasha goes, "It's such a turn on when you take the trash out." And I was like, "Why can't you get turned on by like my comedic abilities? My, you know, it's like why do you get turned on by me doing chores? That's not a turn on for me. I'm not like, oh honey, wow, you cooked dinner." Elaine says, "I'm vegan and won't be throwing any eggs." You got to throw fake eggs. That's what you got to do. Cross Stitching Queen says, Hillary Duff is in the new show How I Met Your Father. Well, that must be on ABC then, right? Erica says, I'm 5'11" too. Erica, that makes you above average height for a woman, right? Not to say that height matters, but you're making me feel like a very small person, Erica. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, we see eye to eye on things, Erica. That's what it's all about. All right, so let's see here. We've got. Let me turn the music off. Where's my music at? Hold on a second. I don't know where the music's at. I always just make sure I don't press the wrong button because I have my Google voicemail line open, and of course, you know, with that comes, you know, people's phone numbers. I'm trying not to share. So this was just sent to me. I don't know if there's any music in this. If there's any music, I won't be able to play the audio. I just want to get married. The Bachelor, Bachelor Nation, body positivity, single dating. So this is someone who got ghosted by a Bachelor producer, which, you know, I'll tell you what. I will watch this and tell you whether or not this has to do with her being plus sized or not. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so I made that video back in, I think, the beginning of November, when I clearly, like I said, was...
Beautiful. Very beautiful. By the way, we just got a super chat from Katie McMillan. It didn't show up on my thing yet. Let's see if it shows up right here. I'm just trying to test to see if this works. Get a super chat. It says you're the best, Dave. It's supposed to show up. Maybe it'll be a second here, but thank you so much, Katie. Oh, there it is. All right, let me center this a little bit. Katie McMillan with a super chat. Thank you so much for that. Much appreciated. And then it shows up down here. We'll move it up there so I can see it, like right on the eye. All right, let's keep this party going here. Let's see what she had. But beautiful. She's got like a young Scully from X-Files vibe to her, no?
Reached out to by casting producers for The Bachelor on Instagram. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Stuff like this never happens to me ever. And I also kind of thought that this was a good thing because I am not the typical beauty standard, I think, for what the show normally presents. They've done a really great job, or however you feel about it, with diversifying the cast.
We got a super chat from Gabby right here. Thank you so much, Gabby, with a super chat. $10. Much appreciated. Gabby in Germany checking in here on a late Thursday night, 11 p.m. in Germany.
Contestants that they bring on every year, but they never really diversify the body type of the people that are on the show. And so I'm a size 6 to an 8, like I
don't know what
said,
that means. What does that
depending
mean?
on the brand. And so based on having been scouted through Instagram, I thought this wasn't going to be a big deal. I don't lie on my Instagram. I don't use body whatever filters or like Face App or things like that. And so I reached back and I said, yes, I'd absolutely love to talk to you about it, about the opportunity. And long story short, I did have an interview with them over Zoom, during which I talked a lot about my dating history and who I am and where I'm at in my life. And I could be very boring. That very well may be true. But they did have me stand up over Zoom, like take a step back from my computer, and the guy looked at my body and then said, great, everything sounds great. We'll get back to you very soon. And they ghosted me like all the other men in my life. I'm honestly fine with it. Like, it's not something I ever expected to have happen to me. And while it would have been cool, I'm not heartbroken about it. But it's kind of disappointing because...
Hey, nice super chat just came in from Elaine. It says, lots of love from Florida. I'm addicted to your channel. It's a problem. No plans to rectify. Hey, Elaine, thank you so much. Making my day.
I get the feeling that that's kind of what it was. And to not even have been reached out to, it kind of sucks. So I just feel like we need to get a gang of people together to promote or work towards better body representation in an industry like reality TV. Because part of the reason why I was so excited was I was like, well, no one has ever looked like me on television. And I'm normal. I'm an average size. I'm just not a size 0, 2, or even a 4. So Caroline for Bachelorette. That's what I'm putting out into the universe. I'm going to manifest Caroline for Bachelorette.
I like it.
But also, if you want to get married, I am a very cool person and I'm kind, and I'm sick of dating and I don't want to do it anymore at 30. So
okay, well, you're young, but let's find out where Caroline lives, and let's see. Do we have any men in the audience that are? I don't know where she is. Actor, I think. I mean, look, there could be a million. Okay. You know what? All right, we heard what we heard. We're gonna decide. Let's go to Ref Dave here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Was Bachelor producer ghosting Caroline Cronin because of the size of her body? It's inconclusive. We really don't know. Is there smoke in the distance? Yes. The fact that they had her get up, let's get out of this thing. Look, I am by all means empathetic to this cause here because I do understand. Look, I think, you all day long you can have people saying, oh, like we need to be, like I get it. We don't need to shame people for their body size whatsoever. With that said, do I shame myself for my body size? Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it when I get on the scale and I go, gosh, after Christmas I'm up 10 pounds. I have this fear of turning into what my parents turned into. Shout out to my mom. She has lost 100 pounds this year. My mom lost over 100 pounds this year, which, by the way, I would literally gain 100 pounds if it meant I had to do that to help my mom lose 100. That's how proud and happy I am for her. With that said, bodies come in all shapes and sizes. It's hard for me to completely understand this because I don't understand women's sizes as much. Like a guy can be a size 38 waist and not be considered overweight. He might just be a bigger guy. Clayton would be he would have to go shopping at Big and Tall in most places. He's a giant human, but and also he would be considered like I'm not saying he would be considered obese, but put it this way. I had a friend, my buddy is 6'2", and he ran a marathon, and he had to go in the Clydesdale division, which is the division that they put overweight people because they try to put people in different divisions so that way you don't get past it's like we'll let the elite runners will run first, and then the normal Joes will run now, and then they'll put other people. That's just what they do, right? But now we've got companies like Brandy Melville, which I was shocked when my fiance took me to Brandy. Women love Brandy Melville. Ladies in the comment section, Gabby said, congrats to your mom. Thanks so much. She doesn't like to talk about it because it's kind of like, she's still unburdening a lot of the reasons why, she treats food as fuel. And I understand. I've talked about this ad nauseum because we have a problem where we don't need to be shaming people for their body sizes, but we should be looking at like corporations because they pump corn syrup into food and they lobby, to say that sugar's not bad for you and sugar doesn't lead to heart disease and all these different things that we know if we do any amount of research, we can tell that doctors have been on the take with the food pyramid saying, cereal's good. And, we've literally had to flip it all overhead. So I'm not mad at people for what size they are, but I am bummed out that we do live in a time when we do live in one of the most obese countries in the world. And we look at things like, and I've talked about this extensively, that we need to separate shaming people for their size, whether it's natural or due to food deserts. There's so many socioeconomic issues that go into it that that need to be addressed, that the last people we need to blame are the people that are consuming. Because a lot of times, like when I was a kid, when you're in poverty, I wasn't raised like poor, but I was raised lower, I would say low middle class. Like my mom was on food stamps. And sometimes it'd be cheaper to go to drive-through or grab a quick dinner. And that's just not healthy for kids, right? And then you grow up with bad eating habits and X, Y, and Z. It's just like, it's almost like growing up in debt to your body because you become addicted to certain things, sodas. I totally get it. I totally empathize. The moral side of casting for Bachelor is you want to cast different. We've had this with race, right? You go, all right, let's take Clayton, for example. Is it natural for Clayton to say, I only date girls who are size 1 and with brunette hair and dark skin? And then the Bachelor goes, all right, then we'll just find size 1 brunette, Or is it's more ethical to invite people of all different, shapes and sizes, which we have done. I'm sorry, we haven't done. I say we, I should disassociate myself from the Bachelor. I don't work in casting. Some people message me saying, Dave, you need to call Tasha and get her back with Zach. And I go, what do you think I do? What do you think I do here? So when it comes to like the big issue that was finally addressed this year with some, not just diversity on the show. It used to be you just get a token person of color. They would literally just have like a couple people they'd put on the show. And now it's like, well, with Matt James' season, there was a good conscious effort to tell more stories of like way more diverse, like people. And then some people think because we moved to Clayton now that we've gotten away from that. And I don't know that to be the case. Time will tell over the next few years. Jessica Sanchez with a super chat says, lots of love from Rhode Island. Love your channel and your videos. Thank you, Jessica. Much appreciated. I'll take that $5 and buy an awful vanilla with Jimmy's. Much appreciated. Go to us. Oh, man. Can somebody teleport me an awful from Newport Creamery, please? Janelle says, I'm a size 4 to 6, but I'm not strong. I want to work out to get strong, not really lose weight. Losing the bloat would be nice, though. Sarai lost 4 sizes. See, we're all in different places. We're all in different places where our health is. I'm not healthy at 190 pounds, but I don't need to go back down to 170 because I've gained a little weight in my legs, like a little bit of strength because I haven't been running as much long distance. So like bodies and everything fluctuates, absolutely. But when it comes to Caroline's situation, it's not enough. I mean, it's on this very specific issue. I don't know that Bachelor ghosted her because of her size. There could be 100 women. Let's assume this. Let's assume there's 10. There's probably a lot more. But let's say there's 10 casting associates for Bachelor whose job isn't to put the final cast together, but to provide 150 women each, right? So that's 15,000 right there. Did I say that right? 10 times 150? 1,500. Let's round it up to 2,000. Let's say 2,000 people, and I don't believe that this wouldn't be the case, but let's say 2,000 women are competing on the Zoom level stage. They're all going to be spoken to and take a step back and do a twirl and all that, which is it kind of gross? Yeah, I mean, that is kind of gross. Maybe I'm desensitized to it as like an actor because this happens to us all the time where you show up to a casting and you have to show your body and, take photos of every angle. Like, it happens. It happens to men and women, probably more to women than men, but it does happen to men. So I'm sure it has to do with her body size. I think we can assume that because the show doesn't provide, like if the show provided people sizes 1 through 10 and there was an equal amount of representation, then you say, well, no, that's not the case. Whatever. The show's already got X, Y, and Z. But clearly the show goes for men and women that are at peak athletic, for the most part, peak athletic size and peak, and I mean peak by like that sweet spot of low body fat percentage. So clearly that's what the show goes for. Is the show any different than most commercials out there? No. And we've had a movement with Dove and other people in other corporations to like have a more body positivity and more. I'm flubbing over the terms here, body acceptance. But at the same time, I mean, for years this is the average size of women. I feel like, in the 60s. Let's just look this up here. Wasn't like Marilyn Monroe considered Marilyn Monroe body size? So what I'm trying to get at is that like sizes back in the day were more generous, right? All right, so here Marilyn Monroe would be okay. Let's see what this has to say. In 1958, she was a size 16. Today, she's a size 2 to 12. I don't even know what that means. Marilyn Monroe would be anything between a size 2 and 12 today. Does that mean that? Yeah, I need Tasha here to describe this to me. But does that mean that sizing is just so all over the place? Anyway, my point that I was trying to make, and I don't know if this provides it, is that we had like in the 90s this unacceptable like beauty standard of like rail thin. And I think we've moved more to like athletic fit, like healthy, like the year of the ass, right? Just lunges all day. Like we've moved to more of that body positivity. And then where we go next. I'm sure there's a ton of comments I didn't get to here. Bricks and Hammers in the chat says, hi, Dave. Hello, how are you? Kyla says, I lost almost 100 pounds without trying in any short period of time because I was so sick, undiagnosed celiac. Everyone said I looked great, but I was just so sick. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. No, like obviously, yeah, it's like losing weight if it's not done right isn't healthy. But I do think the body wants to be the most efficient. Like if you think of your body as now again, we're not shaming people. We're just saying like, if I had a car and I loaded that car up with an extra 200 pounds of equipment and things in the car, over time, the shocks and other things are going to go versus a car that's running most efficiently. That's just how it is. And that doesn't mean everyone's most efficient is the same. But, for me, my goal is always like right now, I've been drinking this coffee that's it's got I can't remember the name. It's got like a brain. It's got like extra B vitamins and it's got triglycerol whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it's supposed to be like good brain fuel for you. And I'm like, all right, where I want to be in 2022 is my perfect efficiency. And I'm not putting shame on myself because I want to like look good in magazines. I want to be able to make as much content, but more than how my body looks, I want my brain to be as sharp as possible. And I know with my body, you might be different. I'm addicted to sugar. So I know if I have too much sugar, I get an inflammation happening in my brain along with other parts of my body. And I get brain fog, post-Thanksgiving vibes, right? And then I can't do all the creative stuff I want to do. When I'm sugar-free, which I've been since Sunday, and it happens really fast. It happens in a day or two. When you cleanse yourself of the sugar, and I still have fruit sugar and other things, but I'm talking about I was eating gallons. I mean, you guys sent me chocolates from Switzerland and all. I got chocolates from all over Canada, Brazil. I ate it all, guys. Hungry hippo. Just, you know what I mean? Just like I was like a reverse Pez dispenser. I was like, give me it. And that doesn't help you think. You can't think. And when I'm on stage doing stand up and I'm rattling off, you guys see me. I'm rattling off 15 minutes at a time. I need to be there. So to me, it's not like being healthy isn't about like looks always so much as like overall efficiency with the transportation of our human sack of muscles that gets our soul where it needs to go. Dina said, your mom lost 100 pounds. I have a hard time losing 2 pounds. Wow, that's amazing. My mom lost 100 pounds she I don't want to give away all of her stuff because she's a very private person, but she goes to Overeaters Anonymous and she's coping with why she was an overeater. And now she, we went to Disney World. She packs her lunch. She has to eat what she's committed to eating. It's fuel to her and nothing more. I reward myself whether I have a good set or a bad set. I want to go get tacos. I want to go get pizza. The pandemic, I spent the first 6 months eating nothing but the cheap pizza I got at Walmart, like cheap frozen pizza. Not even the good stuff. I literally could have splurged for the good stuff. And I was like, give me that cheap stuff. There was something, and I would eat a whole pizza. Like, it's my comfort food. It's like, it's my therapy, and I should address why that is. But I think a lot of us have the same problems. Sherry said she worked at Newport Creamery. How about that? We got a Newport Creamery family out there. Should we do a live episode from Newport Creamery? Let's see where we're at. 148 viewers out there. So true, Dave. Processed food is so widely accepted that when you eat real whole foods, it's considered dieting and extreme when it's just feeding and nourishing your body. So anyway, so the point of all this, and again, I made what some now may consider a very controversial video, but I made a video on Instagram over a year, almost 2 years ago, when 1 month into the pandemic, saying what we need in our society is a gigantic bipartisan PSA to start eating healthier. They won't do that. They won't talk about that. Now, we know the number one cause of hospitalizations, aside from vaccines. I'm quadruple vax. I think vaccines are the first line of defense that we should get for our body with regards to this pandemic. But of course, we know it's not going to stop the spread. And, people that aren't vaccinated will have a higher chance, which is still a low risk, but a higher chance of needing to go to the hospital. But the number one way to solve any sort of issues you may have with serious health concerns is getting to a healthy weight. That's just something. For some reason, our culture, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can be body positive and not shame people, but like I said before, but also look at what's wrong within this system. Our country as an ecosystem, what's wrong? Fix it on the inside. The vaccine protects the shield, but fix it from the inside. Which means, like I said, the sugar industry, the lobbying that they did with doctors to say sugar is not a problem. How all of a sudden one day Coca-Cola switches from normal sugar to high fructose corn syrup. And why do they do that? They switched to high fructose corn syrup because the government put a subsidy on corn. So they were able to make sugar cheaper. So by profiting, and this is where our capitalistic culture is in its late stage, is by profiting off of not you and I, but shareholders, stockholders making extra money by selling Coca-Cola and other products to do the same thing. Who really loses? Well, the people that consume the product, the people that are overweight because they grew up on fast food and a giant soda, and that's just not sustainable. It just isn't. All right, I got to barrel through a lot of comments here because I'm sure I got a lot. I love sugar. I will never be cured of my sugar addiction. I just can try to minimize it, try to cheat on meals that at least are good. So rather than eat like a stupid Little Caesars pizza, all right, if I'm at a nice place and they serve good pizza, let's eat a good pizza. But know that like when I'm sitting down watching TV, that I'm going to eat until I'm out. I'm not going to know when to stop. That's just my addiction. So JF has a good point here, and let's get to it. Yeah, you know me. I'll go on a rant. You know me. JF says, I understand what you're saying about health and weight, but I think the problem is that we aren't talking about obesity. We're talking about having a more real representation of women. All right, let's shift that discussion then. You're absolutely right. So and our representation of women and men isn't always like obese. Like if we look at, I'm going to use the Wits as an example because he got a lot of love even though he was sent home first night. The Wits was, now hold on a second, Brian Witzman, by the way, politically, I just think this guy's right on. 8-year NFL vet. He was considered like a thick boy because let's go to his playing days. He was a big guy here. He's like probably 6'4", 6'5". This guy was like, he made his career pushing around other big guys. And you don't see this that much with men, and certainly you're not going to see it with women on the show. I don't know what the scientific classification would be of his weight, judging by his height and size. I don't know if that's considered obese. God knows that we're all the standards are very tight out there is my point. I'm literally at 190 pounds, I'm on the line of obese. You know what I mean? We're not saying that we're not shaming people for being just trying to live their life here, but your point being that a more real conversation about representation, I think it's so sensitive that it's even hard for me to talk about because it's I don't want to come off the wrong way, just like no one else does. But obviously, you had very few people. I'm trying to think of the name of the contestant, Claire, right? You had very few people there. Claire was. People were saying, "Oh, they shouldn't have got rid of Claire. She was the most diverse body type that they had there on the show." And I don't want to use my show to but that's what's ridiculous about it because yes, like you said, this is a very normal beautiful looking person. You know what I mean? Like this, this isn't like we're talking about someone who's, on a different end of the spectrum here. Let me play a voicemail so I can catch up on your chats. Oh, we got a lot. Play a couple of your voicemails.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Hi
my
Dave, this
God.
is Catherine from Florida.
Hey.
And I just heard some news that I absolutely have to talk about, and I'm so freaking excited. Maybe this is common knowledge already, but I literally just found out that the only Hillary Duff herself will be on The Bachelor this coming Monday. She's going to be hosting the group date. I'm stoked. If you were a young girl in the late 90s, very early 2000s, you probably grew up on Hillary Duff just the same way that I did. This is probably just as exciting for you guys. I'm stoked. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. Are you excited to see Hillary on Monday? Because this has just now made my entire week, and I cannot wait even more for Monday to come so that I can see my girl back on the TV. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. So of course we already addressed Hillary, so I won't get to that, but maybe we're not watching live here. But yeah, Hillary. I mean, we're going to have to see LOH Duff. Now, Jolie Rose says, not trying to be controversial here, but of course they won't have us eating healthier and banning ingredients like other countries. Then what will help to fund pharma companies? I completely agree. Doctors, and again, we have a whole problem with our medical system where doctors have too many patients and don't spend enough time with each one of them because of high insurances they pay, and it's just a whole mess. And part of that is like they'd rather put you on Lipitor than, like, the first line of defense for any doctor should be like prescribing you to like talk to a nutritionist, prescribing you to talk to someone about like getting your heart rate up by doing exercise and this, that, and the other. But instead it's like, what pill can I take to solve the problem? And part of that's like our culture. That's like, that's part of our culture, right? But you've got a great point there. When it comes to, like, I've never, and again, I think they want to shame people to be like, oh, you're anti-vaxxer, or like, oh, you're some quack who likes essential oils or this or that. I think it's more complicated than that, and I don't think we're doing each other justice by like pigeonholing us into this versus that. I think there's plenty of medicine that work for plenty of people. I've been lucky enough, if knock on wood here, that I've never had to take medicine for anything, right? And for anything. But the time will come when I need something to balance something else out, and medicine is the right thing. But, we don't do ourselves proper justice in today's world by like talking about real fixes. And, we obviously had this problem. We didn't know what the pandemic was. But people were like shaming other people for going to the beach, for getting sun, for going outside to work out. We were so scared. This is, initially, right? And then we find out the best thing you can do is get some sun and go work out. I think like the body craves these types of things. All right, let's play another voicemail. But again, that the pandemic and all that doesn't have much to do with the problem that Bachelor has, which is providing more diversity with amongst like what we see as a viewer. Body diversity, is that the right term?
Hey, Dave and everybody. This is Sarai. I'm currently in San Francisco. I just got back from exploring Chinatown and the surroundings since last time I was in San Francisco. I decided to race more while being drunk, and I've gone on twice, and I injured an ankle for like almost 4 weeks. So this time I was able to get out and explore the city, and thank God it wasn't raining today. So everything's good. He's at work right now. If you guys are ever in San Francisco, if you want really good Chinese food, go to Brandy Ho's Hunan food. It's on Columbus and near Jackson, and it's like so good. I love the vegetable chow mein. Okay, I'm digressing. But yeah, it's been a really awesome visit. It's been like one of the best ones so far. And tonight I'm treating him to dinner. So it'll be nice. I'm going to look all fancy with my new heels and my nice shirt and jeans.
Be careful who you say.
And yeah, so that's basically it. We're in a really good place, and I'm really, really happy. And all right, I'll see you guys soon.
That's your breaking news update from Sarai. Good luck with the dinner. I hope you enjoy it. Jana says, "Hi Dave, I've been meaning to send you a message for all you say about your mom. I'm a single mom of 3 that has been struggling since COVID started. I hope my children talk as well about me." Well, I'm as guilty as anybody for like the first second I get on the phone with my mom. I'll we have so much, that we probably need to work out like through communication. I am proud of her, but there's so much we disagree on about so many different things that I'm constantly getting in fights with her, being like, "What did you post on Facebook?" You know what I mean? So I have to remind myself to go out of my way to give her a nice compliment and this and that. So trust me, it's hard. It's hard for kids to tell their parents how they feel. Sadly, too many times we don't truly appreciate them till they're either no longer around or not in our everyday life. But, my mom as a single mom worked really hard, especially when she met my stepdad. They worked really hard as a team and still do. And I don't take it for granted, but I would just say that keep being a good mom. They're going to know. They'll know. They might not show it. Not everyone does, but they know. Marcia says doctors do not have good nutritional training, if any. That's why they do not consider diet as the first treatment of many diseases that can be resolved through diet. And of course, there's going to be a doctor saying, "Are you kidding me? I know X, Y, and Z." But yeah, no, I agree. As a whole, we have to rethink how we discuss a lot of things. And it's just so crazy how there's plenty of Eastern medicines that just had it right all along. I was never a big Eastern medicine guy. You know what I'm doing for my health today? I'm getting a Thai massage. They can tell where you need a problem. Yeah, I'm going to, Tasha and I are getting a nice Thai massage, a nice 60-minute, they step on you, they do, you know what I mean? Oh, it's going to be amazing. I could just take an ibuprofen and smoke some weed. That's fine too. I'm going to do that and then get the massage though. We're going to have a fun night, let me tell you. But we are digressing a little bit here. Let's see what we have next. AC says, "I wish they would put more healthy grocery stores and restaurants in the country. We only have Walmart and fast food nearby." Yeah, food deserts. I completely understand. And Walmart, you know what? Some of the best vegan food we get is at the Super Walmart because Walmart has more shelf space, so they're the only people that have the vegan food. But let me tell you, it's way more expensive than the other food. So if people are barely getting by, they're not going to choose veganism. You're just not an option. Veganism and working out and things like that, it's not an option for people that are just trying to get by, It's like they say, when you have enough money, when you have enough comfortability, that's when it's better to work on your art. Because, when I talk about stand-up, there's nothing funny to me. There's nothing funny when I'm just trying to survive, when I'm just trying to pay the bills. That's just not funny to me. I need to have a little bit provided for so I can push on my dreams and all that. So it's all about just being in the richest country in the world. We just need to reevaluate how we're taking care of each other. And it's just not by career politicians setting policy for us. I'll tell you that.
Or extend it. Press 8.
Oh, what's that? That's not. Let's see. Here's a good one.
Hi, Dave. I'm calling in response to your Dr. Kira video, and I'd actually like to say totally anonymous for this. So I personally did find her entrance kind of upsetting because when I was a child, I had an inappropriate experience with my pediatrician. So for me, the issue wasn't that she was wearing lingerie and that she's a doctor. I mean, she looked amazing, more power to her. Of course she can do that. What I didn't like is that she was cosplaying her job in real life and then combining that with something very sexual. And I don't know the stats, but I am guessing I'm not the only person who's experienced something like that. Yeah. So that's why I didn't really like it, but I will be really curious to hear what other people have to say about this. So yeah, I look forward to hearing everyone's thoughts, and thanks so much for everything you do, and congrats on 50,000 subscribers.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I was talking to my fiance about this, and she said that a lot of librarians are upset about the sexy librarian trope because of the sexy librarian trope, a bunch of librarians are getting accosted at public libraries, and all this. And you go, I wonder if the trope exists. I wonder what started what. So the sexy doctor, and you can say this about any industry. We see this with the men, with the sexy firemen, right? They come in with their shirts off. They have the, this and that, saving women, cats out of trees, But when you talk about a doctor, you're talking, and again, trigger warning because this is what it is. But you talk about this it's the same problem that they have with massage therapists and other situations where you're alone with somebody, where like you give the doctor the benefit of the doubt. Of course, one of the biggest monsters to ever exist, Larry Nassar, spending the rest of his life in prison, rotting away, used his medical degree as a mask for assaulting hundreds of people. Just terrible stuff. So on one end, sorry that you had to go through that. On the other hand, when it comes to the cosplay, I've thought of this two different ways, that it can be triggering, but at the same time, can we as an audience differentiate between a joke? Like we knew, let's put it this way, we knew Clayton never saw Kira as a doctor. He was seeing her as a potential suitor. So when she was saying like, let me test your heart rate and see if we can make it go up, and then she made out with him, it was understood that she was joking. It was understood that it was a gag. So, but that doesn't mean you don't feel the right to feel triggered. But can we separate someone using from when they're actually being a doctor offering medical advice to you versus on their off time? Because if we are going to look at it with the men, the sexy firemen that show up, like we know that they're not putting out a fire. They're all greased up looking sexy. We know they're not putting out a fire. We understand the difference. But like I said, I totally hear your point. Very fascinating stuff. I mean, who thought today? I was like, oh, we'll just take it easy. And we're talking about body diversity and some real heavy stuff. Erica says, are your Thai masseuses anti-vax? I don't have any reason to believe they are. I believe they have to be vaccinated to go to the place. So yeah, no, I don't think there's necessarily one or the other. That's what I love about living in LA is like, the Thai, first of all, I love the Thai culture. Some of the nicest people. I'm getting a phone call from Seattle. It might be spam. We'll let it go to voicemail and see what it is. Anyway, no. AC says Thai massages are the best, especially the back walking. Oh yeah. We love it. We literally get out of the Thai massage and we just like go home like, it's great. All right, let's see. Nicole says, it's crazy that homeopathic therapy is not covered through most insurances. Like we literally don't have any other choice unless we make enough to afford it. Yeah, like I have to pay cash for my massages. They're actually not too bad. I think they're $50 a person for a 60-minute massage, which is not too bad. But I totally understand that it's not exactly like, covered. Christina says, I am behind on the live. A size 6 to 8 is not average American women's size. That is still small and a normal BMI unless very, very short. Well, thanks for letting me know. I feel like I'm not prepared to have that convo because I'm like, that's just such an arbitrary number. It's like if I told you my chest was a 42, you'd be like, well, what does that even mean? I go, well, it doesn't mean much. It's just the size of my chest. It's a 42. But I don't know what, so a size, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what a size 12 looks like. You know what I mean? Hello, Simone Woodbury. Thanks for joining the chat. Good to see you. Erica says, the joke went over your head. I was referring to your Cairo joke. Oh, the Cairo joke. Yeah, my chiropractor being anti-vax. We haven't been back to my chiropractor in months. But yeah, they're super kooky. They're like, they have a lot of quack science, but like we bought the package. Whoever's calling me from Washington, send me a text message. I'm not answering my phone. I don't want to get stuck, finding out, putting the wrong person on air. Can't put the wrong person on air. All right, so I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about something sort of similar at the same, let's just, an update on the donations we're taking this week. Hi, Dave. My name is Shara. My friend Emily reached out to you about the Typhoon Relief we're trying to put together. Thought I would message you and let you know personally that we're grateful for all the donations coming in. The typhoon hit several islands in the Philippines, one of which is where I'm from. These people need temporary shelters and the tents will be very useful. Building materials are impossible to get right now, so we think they would really appreciate the tents and lanterns. Can you imagine being a part of a typhoon in an island nation and you don't have access to goods? I mean, we're complaining that we can't get our Chick-fil-A sauce. You know what the supply chain stuff we're complaining about? So we didn't even know about this typhoon. A lot of us didn't happen to December. Category 5 typhoon. I've included several pictures to better understand. So this is a friend of our channel, had a friend of a friend, who's from the Philippines and is going back there in 10 days, maybe 9 days now. As of yesterday, from our channel alone, you guys bought 4 tents, 7 lantern sets, 6 Motrin for kids and babies, 3 Advils, and 5 water purification tablets. Thank you guys so much. You should be very proud of this community, because I am. And she said, these numbers are from people watching your videos. So I pinned the link in the comment section. They were just devastated. We don't get to see this. They don't have the infrastructure to cover this. And a lot of people, just having, we literally have a small street's worth of tents that are being sent and hand delivered to these people. They're flying out next week. So the Amazon wish list is right here. And it's pretty affordable stuff. So Advil, Motrin, water purification tablets. Guys, if I know so many of you guys were so generous for Toys for Tots and other things, I totally get it. If you came across a couple extra bucks, or you had to return something on Amazon and you have a gift account, consider just buying any one of these things. When you buy it through this link, it goes directly to the people that need it. I don't touch anything. It goes straight to Washington. So that's where that is. And I appreciate you guys so much. Because I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to probably triple these numbers, and that means a lot. I think that's like literally a full extended family worth of people will be provided for, and then some, which can go a long way. We're still a small community, so we appreciate that help. They're going back to the Philippines next week from Washington. These items will ship like in a day or two straight. Like when you buy it, it's going to go straight to the person in Washington, and then they're going to fly to, they might have to bring a couple extra suitcases full of all these tools. So that's really great. Really great. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to get all that information in because it means a lot that you guys are so supportive. Let's see what Chelsea has to say from North Carolina.
This is Chelsea calling from North Carolina. I just had to say I totally agree with you about Clayton and him hooking up with a bunch of women or being on dating apps. Like, who cares? Being on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette is basically like being on Tinder or Bumble, but it's in person.
Smooch.
Like all your swipes are sitting in a room together drinking champagne.
Sit on a face.
I just feel like it's kind of ironic that people are going to like judge him like, oh my God, how dare you for having past relationships, and then watch him date 30 women at the same time and not have a problem with it. That makes sense. He wasn't even my top choice either. Like, I don't even really about him, but I think the unnecessary hate is unnecessary. Like, don't create a problem when there's not one. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
I appreciate the phone call. Yeah, that was in regards to Clayton getting called out for having too many whatchamacallits, having too many hold on a second. Sorry. The wrong one there. The fact that Clayton was dating too many folks. So this was posted on Bachelor Reality. I was talking about this earlier. We're kind of jumping all over the place. One rose ceremony, 3 different promos, and multiple fake outs on who the final 3 are. Now, I'm not going to discuss who the final 3 are. I'm not going to discuss it. But if you watch this video, I'll make a separate video tomorrow about this because I think it's interesting, but I do want a proper spoiler tag. 3 different versions of this promo edit. They've used a total of 5 different women. So out of the top 3, there could be 5 or more different ones that are the finalists. They're able to pull these close-up shots and stitch it all together is what they do. So, it's just a fun way to say, like, we don't know what's going to happen. Let's play this. This was a deleted scene. I'm going to catch up on your voicemails here. I might not play all of this, but a deleted scene that we didn't see from the premiere. Check it out. Nice car. They need more car diversity. They need my old Toyota.
Seeing the mansion, that's when it hit me. The Bachelor Mansion. Like, this is the house where multiple love stories began. It feels like a dream that I'm here. This is the starting point, the beginning of my journey.
I have so many emotions rushing through me right now. I mean, like,
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous and a little scared as well.
I am terrified.
Tonight is the biggest moment of my life.
Well, hello there.
What?
Hi.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
Wow, I'm like at a loss of words right now. This is wild.
Come sit down?
Yeah, let's sit down. Wow, it's so good to see you.
You too.
How have you been?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, so I want to say what's new. I feel like because there's so much I don't know. So
Tell me about you. How
tell me
are
about
you
me.
feeling?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I felt a whole like rush of emotions. You know, like I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous too. Like the closer I get to it starting, I'm like, ooh.
Tonight.
Yeah. So I'll take a few deep breaths and hopefully that'll be enough.
Breathe, Clayton, breathe. What I can say is that it does work.
Oh, that is so awesome.
And
Well, it does work till when? You know what I mean? Everyone's like, all right, what can I tell you? It works. Yeah, well, you just started.
You're so ready for
Talk to
this. I can tell that
Blake.
you're ready. You've been ready. You have a wonderful family supporting you. I'm supporting you. I'm cheering you on. Like, everybody's going to want Clayton to find his person. You do have some people in your corner just wanting to check in, want to make sure that you're doing well. And I actually didn't come here by myself.
Okay, hold on.
With Clayton, I could tell that he was nervous. There's a lot going on during this time.
Oh.
I'll go around and get Clayton.
Oh my gosh, how you guys doing?
I figured I would like to bring Kelsey and Luke here with me today to help me give him advice and give him a pep talk.
Once I heard you got sent home, I knew you were going to be the next Bachelor.
Oh, you knew?
Yeah,
Ew.
I knew it.
Do you have any advice for him?
If they don't like dogs, then definitely send them home, or you could help them like dogs better. I agree with Kelsey, and I don't really have any other advice.
We love kids. They're weird. I'm kidding. We love kids. All right, I'm not going to play any more of it. It's more or less the same thing. You know, it's a cute scene. Okay. It's one of those things. It's like, was it deleted from the final cut? Yes. But do we get to watch it on social media? Yes. Like, that's nice. Not everything makes it. So good to see it. We're going to get out of here in a few minutes. Now I got sent this by multiple people. People were wondering, is Zach Clark I don't know, is this breaking news? This might be a top of the news story. Should we do this? This might be a top of the news story. I tell you what, let's record this and we might keep this for tomorrow. If there's any, we'll start right here. Let's start right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a potential sighting of Tayshia and Zach. Now, take this at face value. I've had a few people send this to me. I don't know if there's any smoke. There sure is no fire here, but does it look like Tayshia in this story is with Zach Clark? Again, this has been sent to me by multiple people. I could be wrong. Let's go and hear what she has to say, and then we'll pause on the screenshots here. Let's go right back here.
My day. Right now we are out at the flower district.
We're out.
Trying to find some flowers for arrangements and for a little project I'm doing. Look how pretty these are.
Let me know if this is Zach.
Like, this is
right there.
Heaven. Look at this. So fun.
Do you hear Zach?
I'll show you guys what we find. Shipment just sent, you guys. These are freaking insane. One of my favorite flowers, ranunculus. These colors.
We're looking at shoes. We're looking at reflections. All right, that's all we get. Now I get sent this. Does this look like Zach in Tayshia's story or what? And she's bundled up, so guessing she's in New York City. You've probably been sent this a ton already, and I was. So people are wondering if this is Zach. Now, that doesn't look like a man. That doesn't look like a man at all. But to the left, is this, I mean, gosh. And then I get sent this. Now, don't get mad at me for speculating. It's all in good fun. We hope that if they were meant to be, they would. We know that they've liked each other's social media. They were wearing matching hats. And then someone sends me this. Now she works out with Zach's trainer. Anonymous, please. Now, let me ask the live stream going on right now. Would you guys work out with your ex's trainer? Let's assume she didn't have like a package she already bought. Because the first thing my fiance said, well, what if I bought a package? You know, God forbid you buy a package. You got to use the whole package. You know what I mean? So that's the question. So Angel, okay, hold on. Angel says it does. She says it does look like, hold on. Angel Victoria in the live chat says it does. To the left, Dave. Now you're telling me, let's go backwards here. You're telling me that could potentially, I can't even zoom it in any farther. This to the left looks like it might be Zach. Now, it kind of does. It looks like a guy wearing some sort of coat. Gabby says it's a woman. My God, people. No, Gabby. Not the one with the blue, but the one to the left. We're looking to the left. Sarai says it doesn't look like Zach from the back. Merida says it looks like a woman. Okay, we're talking about to the left. Now with the question whether or not you would work out with your ex, I'm getting lots of no's. Kayla says absolutely not. I'm sorry, working out with your ex's trainer. Lauren says I would not. Teresa says no. Aaron says no. Dara says heck no. So we're getting a lot of people saying they wouldn't work out with their ex's trainer, and we know this to be Zach's trainer. Here's Zach training with the same guy. That's Zach's trainer that Tasha found. Now, if you're living in Des Moines, maybe there's only one good trainer in Des Moines. Everyone's got to go to the same Des Moines trainer. It's New York City. There's trainers all over the place. So why would she still work out with that guy? Lauren said that's not him. I'd bet on it. Kimberly says nah. So a lot of no's, thinking that this is not Zach on the left, but a lot of people also saying they wouldn't. Oh, breaking news, folks. Angel Victoria has her bifocals on. We got a bifocal broad over here, and she says that could be Zach. It kind of looks like Zach's mannerism. You know what I mean? Like Zach's kind of tall, but he's like a little older. He's kind of slouched a little bit. Sarah says, unless they were already friends and close outside of them training the ex, but yeah, otherwise, no. I think we can assume that this trainer came specifically through Zach. By the way, Zach's arms look jacked there. It could just be the photo, but that guy's got beast of an arms there. Is he skipping leg day? We don't know. Let's see if we have any other photos. So, of course, I made a video a few weeks ago saying, oh, Tasha's wearing Zach's hat. And then someone said, and then I was sent this. They have the same beanie, Dave. Look at this Valentine's Day post. They're matching. And then people got upset at me for rushing to conclusions. God forbid Bachelor Nation rushes to conclusions. Gabby says, what does a trainer have to do with the ex? The trainer was Zach's trainer first. So Tasha met the trainer through Zach. So that's the idea. Like if you broke up, would you still and I understand if it's like a mutual friend, that might be a reason you want to support their business. Maybe there's some sort of influencer deal she needs to fulfill. But Lauren says, are those clothes his style? And that's a question. I mean, it's really hard to tell. Again, we're not looking at this person. Let's go back to the tape here. Let's go back to the tape and see if we can see that moment and get a better shot here. Hold on. So we're gonna go backwards, and then hold on a second.
Out at the flower district, trying to find some flowers for arrangements and for a little project I'm doing. Look how pretty these are.
All right, get ready to pause. Ready? Wait for it.
Like this is.
All right, so this is the guy at the left. We're questioning if this is Zach. All right. Now, okay, so we're really not getting. All right, we're going to need Angel's bifocals to see if that has any hope there. So she zooms away, and then we don't see. This, of course, is the top right here was the lady from before with the baby blue hat on here. But look, as far as do we have something to work with? Yeah, we have something to work with. If we could tap into some maybe lower Manhattan security footage, it might be a little easier. So there it is. Nothing else there. And of course, I don't think we got anything from Zach. No updates from Zach over here. So let's see if there's any other. And then I got another message from someone saying Tasha training with Zach's personal trainer. I don't know about you, but would you work out with your? And this is where we need some X-Files music here. Tasha training with Zach's personal trainer. I don't know about you, but would you work out with your ex-fiance's personal trainer when in New York City? There's hundreds of them that she could have worked out with. Chin face. The truth is out there. All right, and that's a different video. All right, so that's all I have to say about Zach and Tasha. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Are they working with anything, or is this just a wishful thinking? I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, that might be a video for top of the morning tomorrow. We just made a video, folks. And that's going to go at the 57-minute mark to the 65-minute mark. 57 to 65-minute mark. Perfect, 8-minute video. Gabby said, look for any posts from Zach from the flower store. Well, that would break the world. If we could find a post from Zach at a flower store, which I don't think we will. We're not just going to find Zach. Oh, here we go. What do we have here? Hold on. Zach's got flowers. Now, wait a second. Where did he buy these flowers? Happy birthday to the hero cat. Legendary sister. You deserve all the love. Oh, how good would that be? Do we know what the name of the flower place Tasha was at? Let's see if we have the name of the flower place. Because if we know the name of the flower place.
Right now we are out at the flower district trying to find some.
All right, we just know she's in the flower district, so we don't know where she is, but good call there. So this is Zach's sister who has liked Tasha's recent tweets, and he's got flowers from her in New York City. We don't know if they were from the flower district, though. Although, do we have any, let's see, what's it called? Let's see, what's a flower specialist called? Is it a botanist? Is it a botanist here? A botanist. Okay, a botanist is a scientist who studies or experiments with plants. Do we have any botanists in our crowd that could let me know about the sort of color of these roses? Does this pertain to the flower district here? Would love to know any answers that you guys might have. As far as other flowers go on Zach's page, let's see if he did anything for Valentine's Day. Because if Zach, look, I've been to the flower district. You only go there, if you know what you're doing. It's not just a casual place you drive by. It's a proper. Oh, here we go. Here's Zach again. Oh, this is 10 years ago. Okay, so these are different flowers. All right, I digress. We found what we found. Gabby said I was right. LOL, like the story with Claire and Dave at the restaurant. The florist. The flower district. What is this? A Miyakaze movie? What does that mean? Bruce, I don't even know what that means. K Helix says, check the plastics covering the flowers. All right, let's check the plastics covering the flowers here. Let's go back up here. Where did it go here? All right, let's see if we can zoom in. Can we get Angel with her bifocals to let me know? Okay, so it looks like a sort of pretty generic flower type. So I wouldn't say that we're going to be able to piece that together to Tasha here. But it would be nice if we could find like a bag of flowers. Does that look anything like that? Oh man, we're really grasping for straws here. All right, well, we got something. Hold on. It kind of looks the same, but obviously they're all going to kind of look the same. They're flowers, for God's sakes. All right, that was a digression. Okay, so Tracy says, didn't she say we are out? If you were alone, you would say I am out. All right, so we can establish that for the most part, wrong video here. We can establish that Tasha, we can establish that Tasha is probably out with somebody else. Let's go back here.
More of my day. Right now we are out at the flower district.
Push the like button.
We're out at the flower district, so we know that she's out with somebody else. So could she be with another one of the 8 million people that live in New York City? Absolutely. Could she be with Zach? We haven't been able to establish any probable doubt that Zach is there. Therefore, the opportunity still exists that Tasha may be on the men's with Zach. People are actually talking about this. Obviously, we're saying this in jest here, but people are actually talking about this. You don't just listen. When you're from Southern California, you don't just hang out in New York City in the winter. You just don't do that, okay, folks? Sarai said, Dave's detectives are on a mission. You dang right they are. Jen says, the wrapping paper on those flowers. Lee MK says, I think they're back together. So we know she's with somebody. AC says, I wonder if the flower store has an Instagram so we can see what wrapping they use. The problem we have here is that Tasha doesn't say what flower store they're at. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Thank you so much for the new subscriber. It is Zainab Kamal just subscribed. Thank you so much. So we don't know where she's at. I don't think there's any signage. Let's do one more check.
Trying to find
we could look at those light fixtures if we wanted to try to reroute where she is, but the flower district is a whole strip of stores, probably like 100.
flowers for arrangements and for a little project I'm doing. Look how pretty these are.
Oh, whoa. What does that say? Does that say the store? I don't know if it does. That might be the best thing we have so far. What does that say? Now, hold on a second. Does that match up with, oh, I'm in the wrong Instagram here. Zillow Gone Wild. No, that doesn't match up with this. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Wood, and because as a guy, when you find out like a flower place that works, you don't go to another flower place. We're so Stonehenge. When we find a barber we like, we stick to the barber. A flower shop, a sneaker guy, a guy who patches our sports jackets. We find one, we keep him for life. We don't price compare. That's the guy, right? So anyway, it doesn't look like we're seeing anything else here, but let me give it one more college try. That's a very specific stripe. That's very specific. You know what I mean? Not buying it. No, but just because it's a different type, we're obviously seeing many different types of wrappings here.
This is heaven. Look at this.
Gosh, it'd be nice if we had someone in New York City right now, but this was 2 hours ago.
You guys, these are freaking insane. One of my favorite flowers, ranunculus.
Well, we're going to keep an eye on this story. We'll keep an eye on this story. If there's any updates, you know where to find it. Breaking news, Dave Neal. Come find me on YouTube. All right. I think that's going to wrap up that story. 111. I think I'm going to have to stitch together the ending and include some of the extra content because you guys brought me some good news. Unless there's anything else. Sherry said she could have meant we to include her audience. Yeah, I mean, she could have, but I think she's like... Angel says that is his stance 100%. You're saying that's Zach's stance? So Angel seems pretty much sold on the fact that this guy right here is Zach. I mean, I wish we had a long photo to see this jacket. Do we have a photo of Zach in we're looking at what appears to be a brown mid-length sort of peacoat jacket with the collar popped? Let's see if we can find that on Zach. If we can find a similar jacket on Zach, we might be onto something here. Let's go to tagged photos because that'll give us more option. Tagged photos of Zach. Is this Zach in here? That's not Zach, but that's from the release recovery. So let's see. A tagged photo of Zach. Maybe, these celebrities or whatever you want to call them. There's so many tagged photos that aren't them. Let's go back to our main post here. But yeah, if we can find a photo of Zach in possibly a upscale winter peacoat, then we'd be onto something here. He posts so little, we're already out of the summer here. And we also know that Zach loves wearing sneakers. In almost all of the photos, Zach has sneakers on. And right here, these are most certainly not sneakers unless they're black on black sneakers. So, that's not a point for it being Zach. Jen says, "Who's your sneaker guy?" I go to Famous Footwear. I don't really have a sneaker guy. I haven't really made it yet. I used to go to Supra. I used to get Supras. I think they went out of business. Reading your comments here. Jen says, "Arms are too thin." As obviously from the photo we saw of Hulky. Well, what you got to know about guys is we get swole, right? We, he's taking a photo. He's shaking his hand. He's jacked, but when you're not having look at this guy behind him. He's got the nipple hanging out. Are we okay with this, ladies? I know we're supposed to normalize freeing the nipple, but not when I'm working out. I don't need to have I don't need you to be winking at me back there. I don't know, folks. Yeah, Meredith had the right idea. She said, check his shoes. Zach loves his sneakers. So, yeah, like we said, he's not wearing sneakers here, from what we can tell. Yeah, we do. We need Kiefer Sutherland to enhance the photo here. We really do need a crack team of investigators because I'm doing the Lord's work, but I'm only working for myself. Gorilla said, this is like the Rosebud Steakhouse detective work. It's almost as good as the Rosebud Steakhouse detective work, except we're not getting any answers we want. I think that's a problem. Elizabeth says, y'all are funny. This isn't Zach. Clearly, we don't know that for sure. Let's go back to what we had here. I mean, this was sent to me from multiple people. You think multiple people are wrong? Maybe. Let's go back. Let's just try to get that pause at the perfect moment here, and we'll try this one more time here. Yeah, that weightlifter was having a Janet Jackson moment there, the wardrobe malfunction. So we'll have to see if we can just one more quick. Maybe. Oh, geez, do we have it? We almost saw something in the mirror there. I hate to do it. We're gonna go back one more time and take a look at this mirror. So if you look as Tasha was panning around, wouldn't this be it? You got to look where they aren't. Is the key. You got to look in the non-obvious spot. So let's look right here. Oh, okay. What the hell is going down in that reflection? You know, I don't have the best skills here, so I might be off to something. So let's just look at frame by frame. Again, we're looking at this right here, possibly being Zach. I don't know. Several people have sent it to me. We'll have to see, folks. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, you guys are great. You guys are fun. We have fun. That's what we do. We're going to call it there. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Claire, this is what's crazy, right? Claire Crowley. Oh, hold on. I just called an unknown number. This is what the alerts I get. This always will send me. Look at this. Can you guys see that? Claire Crowley. I don't know if you can see that. Claire Crowley and Dale Moss both posted Instagram updates at the same time. You know what? I'll show you one more funny thing before we get out of here. There's a Claire Crowley impersonator, and I want to show it to you guys. Her account actually might have been blocked by now. Her account is Claire Crowley. I think it's 156. Let's see if I can find it. She might have already been blocked. So there was somebody on Instagram that was messaging me claiming to be Claire Crowley. And of course I was like nice to the person, but then I was like, this is obviously not Claire Crowley, but it said Claire Crowley on her name. But of course you can have a username and then say your name something else. So I reported the person and then sent the information to the actual Claire Crowley saying, hey, there's someone who's claiming to be you. I just wanted to let you know because it's easier for that person to block them. So check this out. Oh, look, they already changed their name. So their name is Instagram user. Let's click on this. But their name was Claire Crowley. And here's how it started. It said Claire Crowley right on it, right? So people get duped. The person said, hello. I must say that I have enormous respect for you considering the manner in which I have made contact with you. I'm very glad you're a fan of mine. And of course, I'm like, what? And I go, a fan of whose? And she goes, mine. And I go, who are you though? And because I was trying to get her to say who she was. And she said, Claire Crowley. And I said, thought this was a fan account. And she said, I opened it days ago to chat with a few of my fan. My manager don't know about it. And I said, I already reported your account to Claire, so it'll probably be shut down soon, just FYI. And then she said, I use this account to check on my most active and check on them from time to time. The world needs healing, so why not share love and let it lead? Dave, I love what you did. It's me you're chatting with, my comedian, Fire. Then I replied, I'm going to go with no, but either way, what's my favorite type of food? Only Claire knows this. And by the way, why would Claire know this? You know what I mean? She goes, Cincinnati chili. And I go, nailed it, which isn't my favorite food. It's lasagna. And then she goes, remind me, Dave, chat you later, got something to attend to. And then she said, hey, Dave. And I said, yo, fake Claire. Now let's see. Now it says Instagram user. Let's see if they're gone. Oh, the page isn't available. Oh, we lost another one. R.I.P. fake Claire Crowley. R.I.P. Yeah, that's enough for a video tomorrow. That'll be my first video of the day. Or maybe not. Should I? You know, I was planning on redoing it, but I really love the live sort of vibe that we have with regards to it all. So maybe I'll reshoot the intro and then cut right to that part. We'll have to see. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for me. Let's see if we have any more voicemails to get to. It looks like we're all caught up on voicemails. You guys have been fantastic. I love doing these extra Thursday live streams if I can, but I do like this time slot better because that way I can get some other things done. Hold on a second. We have a post here. Hold on one second, folks. Just when we think the conversation's over. You thought we were done, didn't you? Hold on one second, folks. We have a post here from Alona on Instagram saying Flower Market does use white wrapping. All right. So the flower market uses white wrapping. And then we can also link. So here's the flower market. Let's follow it just to see if there's any updates. Hey, who knows? Maybe the flower market tagged Tasha. What does the flower industry have to look forward to for Valentine's Day? Pros and cons. Okay, that's obviously a nothing burger. You know, you would think the flower market would be excited to either tag or repost Tasha if she was in there. But we don't see any of that happening. But at the same time, the flower market this page is a passion project for florists by florists. We share the history, flowers, and magic of the New York City flower market. So this doesn't say which flower market it is, but the question is, the flower market having white wrappings, can we tie that to Zach Clocky over here getting flowers, or where are they, for his sister right here? Well, we can't write that off. The guy buys his flowers at the same place. Maybe he's back with Tasha. We'll never know. Brian says, how's the new computer treating you? It's been fantastic. There's been a couple glitches, but I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm rocket fire, the things I can do now. It might not make much of a difference on your end, but I'm able to make more content, I think. So yeah, it's been good. Bruce says, my comedian fire, my new nickname for Dave. Thank you. Yeah. Rest in pizza, fake Claire. Yeah, I don't know. Like this Claire Crowley, the fake Claire Crowley. I mean, to be honest, that's how naive we are. Like the second Claire Crowley sent me a DM and complimented me, I was like, oh my gosh, that's really nice of Claire. And I wrote her a nice response. And then I was like, wait a second, this isn't the real Claire. And then I clicked on it to see it wasn't. But when it pops up, it says Claire Crowley. So you go, oh, it's the same one. And then you realize it's a fake Claire Crowley. And you're like, oh. And they call it a fan account because at that point, they don't want to get kicked out. But like, if they dupe you, they dupe you. Gabby says, don't go, can't sleep yet. All right, let's all stay on the line until Gabby falls asleep. All right, hold on. Jody said, okay. Okay, hold on a second here. Do we have a second breaking news story? Hold on, I'm in the wrong button here. Do we have a second breaking news story? Jody says, Dave, Dale posted something about Dallas and Claire's storyline flying to Texas. And by Dallas, you mean about Dallas and flying to Texas. What, Dale's? You mean Dale's storyline. I think you meant Dale's storyline here. All right, let's go to Claire and check this out, and let's see if we're onto something. So here's Claire Crowley. Let's pump it up here. By the way, beautiful New Year's Eve outfit. You know when you post a blurry photo, you love the photo so much, even if it's blurry. That's it. That looks great there. Happy, hey, 2022. Good to see you, she says. All right, let's see what Claire's got going on. All right, so she's going from California to Texas 46 minutes ago. Beautiful, beautiful skies right there. California to Texas 46 minutes ago. Let's see what we have happening with Dale Moss. If he's going to Texas right now, I'm about to lose my mind. Okay, he posted Marianne. Oh, we love Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Amen to that, Marianne Williamson. But that's not important here. So he's stocked up. Where's he going? What's he doing? He's on the walk. He's on the move. He's got a kick scooter. All right, none of this says he's going to Texas. Why would he? Is he in Texas? Is Dale? Oh, hold on. 30 minutes ago, Dale shares happy birthday, one of the best days of 2021, Dallas Group. All right, well, this was 2021. Can someone in the comment section let me know if there's a story here? Let's see. What does Elizabeth have to say? Dave, you are so interesting and entertaining, but most of all, you have such a good heart and are so kind. Oh, thank you so much. I thought you had some information on the show, but it was just a compliment, both of which I'll take. Jody says, Dave, I'm taking off, but I think I'm onto something with Dale and Claire. Well, tell me what you're onto. I don't see any connection. Where is Dale located right now? Claire's going to Texas, but where is Dale? I don't see any signs that Dale's in Texas. You know, where is this right now? That's probably New York City. Hold on. Can someone confirm this has to be New York City? Yeah, he's in New York City. So is Dale moving? Is Dale going to meet Claire in Texas? It doesn't appear so. That doesn't appear like it. I believe that ship has sailed. I mean, of all the relationships, I believe Dale and Claire to be finished. I believed them to be finished. But I appreciate the heads up there. You know me, because what we had was Dale and Claire both sent messages at this, both updated their Instagram 1 minute apart. Whenever that happens, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. There's only 3 people that I know of. I could be wrong, but there's only 3 people I have alerts for: Rachel Kirkconnell, Dale Moss, and Claire Crowley. That's it. And of course, it's because when Rachel was in her silence last year, I had my alerts set up to be ready for when she finally, released a statement or a post. And then when that happened, I'd swerve through 17 lanes of traffic to get home and report on it. Jody said Dale's story has a photo taken in Dallas. Claire's story is her flung to Dallas. I hear you, but if we look here at Dale's post, this said happy birthday, CCing one of the best days of 2021. So if we click on all that glitters on the glam, apparently that photo was from it's 2022 now. So that's the problem. So let's go back to this photo and see if we have something that's 2021. So here's Dale 2 hours ago. This was posted by All That's Glitter on the gram. Dale Moss, obviously, guy with the nice long arms, taking the selfie. Nice wide angle lens here. Tyler Cameron. So this was when they were in Dallas several months ago. Now, is it odd? Do we need to go over here to the X-Files? Is it odd that Claire is flying to Dallas on the same day that Dale posts a story from when he was in Dallas? I'm going to go with no. I think that's just a coincidence at this point. So unless we have any other information. Oh, hold on. We got a dog update. That is a good boy right there. Yes, a very good boy right there. A meatball, some might say. So I'm going to go with nothing on that story. But hey, thank you for the update. Thank you for helping me out. Hey, AC says, look at that. AC just hit us with a super chat donation supporting the sleuthing mission. Thank you so much, AC. GJ says Claire and Dale are definitely finished. Dale will date an actress next, and Claire will be livid. Well, no, I think Claire's over. Maybe, but I think Claire's moving on with her best life here. Dara says Tyler Cameron is flying to Texas. All right, okay. Well, look up Tyler Cameron. You guys want to do this to me? Let's do it. We should have just a conspiracy theory here. Boy, you want to talk about body shaming? I look at him and I just want to go run around the track. Holy cow. What do they just put oil around? I digress. Let's go back. That's not important. So people are saying that Tyler's flying to Dallas. Could Tyler and Claire headed to Dallas now for a couple of days for work? But first, my friends at Picasso want to help you get the year started, blah, blah, blah. All right, so that's interesting. How long ago is that? So we at least have it on our radar that there may be a Bachelor event happening in Texas. So what's the name? Now here's the next question. Maybe someone in the comment section can help me. What's the name of Claire's PR person that also is the PR person for Dale? Because if we can link that person, they might have more information here. I can't for the life of me remember the name of the person. I want to say it's not Lori, but if we go back to Claire and if we look to the photos from when she was in Los Angeles, let's see. It's not her. This is her breast implant illness. What a year for Claire, right? She starts it engaged with implants and then gets her breast implant illness, gets her breast implants removed, and she's living her life as single and loving life. So good for her. Claire's living her best life. But as far as maybe tagged photos of Claire, maybe that'll help. Let's take a look at tagged photos of Claire. By the way, this is just what I do on my free time. There's going to be too many options here. So here's an Aloe event. So Claire was at the Aloe event that Dale was also at a week prior. Let's see if there's Claire. Who's tagged in the photo? It's just her. So we're not getting much information here. GJ says, Texas is definitely Bachelor country. Dave, you need to get to guest at least one Bachelor live event. That's got to happen. I'd go to some Bachelor events, but only if I'm invited properly. I'm not going there to get tea from anyone. Guest co-host, they say. Gabby says nothing new on Dale's Facebook page. All right, Dale and Claire are done. Zach and Tasha, we're going to wait and see because it's still a fresh breakup. We're going to wait and see how that works. Sometimes it was oh, they announced a breakup. They must have been over. And it's well, you know, sometimes you announce your breakup and then the heart decides otherwise. Looking at you, Sally Carson. Tara says, Lori K, PR reps Bachelor contestants. Yeah, that's not who I was thinking of. I was thinking about the person who put Claire in the same hotel that Dale stayed at a week earlier. We tried to make a thing out of it, but there wasn't much there. Anyway, not a big story here, but I think that's going to be it from me, guys. Got some other work I need to get to. And I'm going to go get that massage tonight. Oh, baby. Then I'm going to go watch some Yellowstone. I think I'm going to go to a stand-up show that's on a roof to go support it. I'm not on the show tonight. Working out some new bits. Maybe I'll run those by the Patreon group. We'll do a Patreon live stream tomorrow. Pretty busy week. We did a bunch of these are all the live streams we did this week. Pretty proud of us. So thank you guys for all the donations. I mean, I truly mean it. Your donations really make a difference on keeping the live streams going. Usually they're demonetized. Usually, like I'm pretty sure this one is probably already demonetized. It's just how it works. So the donations help. I appreciate them so much. And hey, look, I can actually see this chat brought in $46. So thank you guys so much for that. And I really appreciate you. You guys are all the best. I'm going to get out of here. I will talk to you guys later. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. There it is, folks. Bye, guys. If you haven't watched, I got 4 other videos I made today. You can go check out those. Have a nice day, Gianna. Appreciate you. Yeah, this was fun. Angel with the 2020 vision. Take care, Sarai and Sarah and everyone else. Bye, guys. Bye.
You cut the crap. Oh my